A new PBS American Experience documentary premiering this month tells the dramatic story of one man's attempt to conquer one of nature's most unique ecosystems, the Florida Everglades. Based in part on the book by Michael Grunwald, The Swamp, it explores repeated efforts to alter the landscape of Florida and tame the glades, leading to unintended consequences. Here's a peek.
Florida, folks, sunshine, sunshine, perpetual sunshine all the year around. Let's get the auction started before we get a tornado. 800 wonderful residences will be built right here. Why, they're as good as up, better. You can have any kind of a home you want to. You can even get stucco. Oh, how you can get stucco.
In the first half of the 1920s, South Florida just went nuts. You had this just insane real estate boom where it felt like every Model T that was rolling off the assembly line was being driven straight down to South Florida.
They came in droves, and not merely to vacation. Wealthy Americans with marquee names, Jack Dempsey, Will Rogers, Henry Ford, spent their winters idling in the tropical sunshine, while middle-class transplants sought their fortunes or settled in for retirement. So sudden was the flood of newcomers that the supply of houses was soon exhausted, forcing some to live in tents or houseboats while they waited for their Florida dream to become a reality.
The image of the sun and sand and beaches is what they used to lure the tourists in, and what they lure retirees in. This is the come to Florida where retirement's going to be easy, and the idea of starting anew and building a dream home was remarkably alluring for many.
Out west of Miami, literally in the Everglades, they would put in sidewalks and streetlights. Not that anybody was ever going to be able to live there during the summer rainy season, but they could say in a northern ad in the newspaper, sidewalks, yes, streetlights, yes.
And here to share more about The Swamp is the author of the book, Michael Grunwald. Michael, great to have you with us.
Oh, thanks for having me, Pam.
Your book is actually called The Swamp, The Everglades, Florida, and the Politics of Paradise, which we kind of see in a little bit in that clip. So let's go back. Why did you decide to write this book in the first place?
You know, gosh, back when I was young and childless and not a Florida resident, seems like a very long time ago. But I was at the Washington Post, and I got obsessed with the Army Corps of Engineers, and they really helped destroy the Everglades. They finally helped to drain the swamp, and now they're in charge of the largest environmental project in the history of the planet. They're spending nearly $20 billion to try to restore the swamp. So that in itself seemed really interesting. And then once I came down here and got into the archives, the history of this place, you realize that, you know, South Florida was America's last frontier, and it's just an incredible story.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it? It was like the Wild West in a way, but down in South Florida in the tropics.
Well, people forget because, you know, back in, say, the 1890s, when there were already 1 million people living in Manhattan, the population of Miami-Dade County, which back then was pretty much everything south of Lake Okeechobee, it was 250. I mean, it was, you know, this was really a backwater, and it was all because of water, right? People talk about how, you know, Social Security or, you know, bug spray is what made South Florida so populated, but it wasn't. It was water management and water control. Until that, you really couldn't live down here.
Even the new Governor Ron DeSantis called water part of our DNA, which it really is, and it kind of harkens back to this time when the Everglades really was just this water, you know, swampland, basically. So go back to, I was watching Hamilton Disson. Talk about this man, Hamilton Disson, because he's the one who came up with the idea to drain the swamp.
Right. Well, remember, back at the time, like you hear what Governor DeSantis says now, right? Back then, people were saying that water was the common enemy of the people of Florida, and wetlands were seen as wastelands.
Okay.
You know, nobody had this idea that the Everglades was some kind of ecological treasure. And Hamilton Diston had this idea that, oh, well, you know, he was a son of a saw manufacturer from Philadelphia.
He had money, right? He
He had money, but he had
money.
no life.
Okay.
It was his dad's factory.
Yeah.
He wanted to make his name. And so he was the first of this kind of long series of schemers and dreamers who saw this gigantic blank landscape that was empty and watery and said, well, if we just got rid of the water, I mean, imagine with sunshine and soil, we're going to create America's winter garden. We're going to create this spectacular. So it was the largest land deal in the history of America at that time.
Right. He paid, what was it, $4 million? He paid $1 million for 4 acres of land.
4 million,
For 4 million
acres of land.
Crazy.
And what they said is, if you can drain it, we'll give you even more.
Right.
And he came out and then, just like Maggie said in that clip, right, he dug he took the dredges and started digging canals through the Everglades, and they'd come out in the dry season and they'd say, wow, this is fantastic. This looks like land.
Right.
And then, of course, in the
Wow, this
summer,
looks like land. Yeah.
it would start to rain and it would start to flood, and they would say, huh, this starts to look more like water. We thought you had drained it. Did you scam us? But that's just the kind of the alchemy of Florida real estate, right? When you still hear the jokes today about, oh, I've got some swampland I want to sell you, right? That's what they're talking about.
Well, and wasn't it, it was accepted because this helped Florida get out of its post-Civil War debt, all this cash. This was welcomed that he wanted to do this and buy all the swampland, right?
Exactly. Well, you hear right when they saw the swamp, and right today when you hear drain the swamp, right? We hear it from certain precincts, and what it means is we're going to fix a problem.
Sure.
And back then when people talk about the Everglades, they said they wanted to reclaim the Everglades, improve the Everglades, develop the Everglades, all very positive words, right? They thought they were going to turn it into something awesome. That was the progressive thing to do.
But then you had Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, who was saying, you're going to regret this. She saw the beauty in the Everglades and what it was really for, right?
Well, it's interesting. When she first came down here, she saw it like everybody else. She said she wrote a poem, an ode to Tamiami Trail, right? Which now is like a dam sitting right across the Everglades, because she thought it was going to help develop South Florida.
Right.
But she later, like a lot of us, you know, we come down, we see this. It's water and it's sawgrass, and it's like, why would anybody want to save this? But once you start to learn to appreciate it, the way our drinking water sits right underneath the Everglades, the way you've got these panthers and gators and wading birds that you don't see anywhere else on Earth, and really the way this is kind of what she said is that the Everglades is a test. If we pass, we may get to keep the planet. And she appreciated that this is, the first sentence of her book is, there are no other Everglades on Earth. And that's sort of the challenge for all of us today.
And there are none, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for writing the book and bringing this to all of our attention. It's a great part of Florida history. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Thanks for being here. And The Swamp premieres on WPBT on Tuesday, January the 15th at 9 p.m. And if you're watching on WXEL, you can catch it on Thursday, January 17th at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it.